Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here with another Total War Saga Thrones of Britannia campaign here with Circenn or whatever. The Scots here in Scotland, as our main army is still here in the far north, as we got a southern army pushing up there and a very small army which we need to somehow build up with a minimum of food. They're probably gaining access to some of these places, should help a bit with that. But I'll probably, once I've taken the capital here, well, the city here mainly, probably sort of disband some of the troops from here to free up food for the southern army, of course, and then have to build up as well. So it's going to be a bit tricky. It's going to be a bit tricky, I think. But not impossible, I imagine. But tricky. So let's enter the turn and see what happens. Worst case scenario, I have to make peace with them somehow. So that's basically the challenge here awaiting us. Okay, gotta eliminate the Orc, yeah. Orkneys. Seize that. Salford. Guess we just start up there so we don't suffer attrition needlessly. Again, threats are getting a bit closer. I guess we'll try until we can't hit Britannia or something like that soon enough. That's been upgraded, so we're getting a bit more food, though not a ton. So we can at least upgrade one of the farms. We'll take this next turn, and then we'll sort of march on Rosmikend and Torfness, and then we'll sort of slowly move towards north here to the Lathan, Thursa, and then seize Blascona. Once we've taken this, I'll probably disband some of these troops because most of the wind is, and I think Orkney, they won't be able to build up an army as easily, so I can easily sort of free up troops then for the south. But we're going to wait for them until at least they've taken this, so you know we can just easily overwhelm that.
What payment are you offering? Yes.
Whatever. If that keeps them off our backs for a bit. I should probably look to make some declarations from friendships here and there as well. See where that leads us. This is starting to look a bit more worrisome. They're sending a lot of armies. There is also the other solution, which is basically I try to swing the army there southwards, since I should have that path open. Jesus. And I was basically take it through here, push through there, and then get down here. I mean, it's probably more likely to make more sense, I think. And of course, in that case, I'll swing the other army northwards instead. I guess use that to grab. We probably should have done that in the first place.
War is what we do best.
At least leave it about here for now.
Forward we go.
So let's see. We'll give him quartermaster. That's a pretty good thing to have, particularly up here where there's a long series of distances. I don't think we need a blacksmith, to be honest. Repair that. Troops here can be reinforced and healed up a bit, and we'll toss on some levies on this for now. But two armies, even if this one's sort of looking a bit on the weaker side, that's still a problem.
Our bravery is legendary.
This creates a bit more of a trickier challenge, but that's what we're here for, aren't we? That is what we're here for. So there you go. Oh yeah, that has been secured.
We will not fail you.
It's going to take some time to get them up and going, I think. Yeah, 8. There's certainly some difference there between the units, and how fast they're replenishing despite being the exact same, which I find is a bit interesting actually. I'm wondering if there's some kind of logic for that. I'm going to have to march this army southwards next turn already, which is still going to take some time, but there you go. Probably is a little faster than trying to build up an army, that one there, to sort of do it. Northfield. Alright, they're sending the other army southwards. That's something. That is something. That means I can probably free up the smaller army to harass Orkney's minor territories. Freeing up my larger army to head southwards then.
My strength grows greater.
None shall stand against us.
Fighting fit.
It's going to take a bit of while there to go through the mountains, but that's about it. Storage cave. That looks pretty good actually, for the most part. I mean, it gives plenty of food, makes us immune to nutrition apparently. How exactly does that work? Is it everybody or just in your province? There's a few thoughts there. Increases legitimacy. Plenty of unit replenishment is pretty good as well. Though considering the territory state, I'm more likely to go for the church here initially. But long term, that's going to be a pretty good upgrade to have. Pretty good. So they'll go there. But yeah, southern territories, they will suffer a bit until our main army arrives. There's not much you can do about it since they got a huge stack going in there. Massive even. Yep, this is probably going to hurt in some ways, to be honest. But our options are limited at the moment. Bit the problem having to fight an army, or well, two armies on different fronts, and being caught essentially halfway to the other one. That isn't as quite as threatening as the other army. So, you know, challenges. Yep. Hit our food supply. That might actually be this one. No. Necessarily. Well, there's some time before that gets going. That's going to take too long as well.
For the glory of the guild.
That's not the food, that's something else that's eating it up. I think we're going to build that, to be honest there. I mean, it's not going to happen soon, but either way, the unit replenishment bonus is going to be pretty good, obviously. Plus, the extra food's going to be pretty handy. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to that one. A lot of benefits.
The men are eager to get to it.
Out of the way.
We are eager for glory.
So there's about 4 more turns worth there. Well, we can fight this with a forager one. Whatever source of extra food we can get to ensure we don't suffer from attrition and other nasty penalties we'll take. Those bloody Englishmen. Damn Englishmen. Well, I find myself saying that as the Vikings, and as the Scots, I suppose it fits well, you know. Bloody English. They're up to... They're no good, are they? Those English. Never any good. Yeah. Bloody English. And Stratclut is getting absolutely cluttered up by the enemy. Quite unpleasant there. On the other hand, it gives another target to expand into, I guess. Yep, that's a bigger loss food-wise. That's a bigger loss. Yep, fishing village is quite costly in terms of food for now. That's gonna be not pleasant, though. This is happening soon enough, so it's not the end of worlds, but it's not the best either. It's not the best either. I think we can safely say that. And of course, there's plenty of potential rebellions going to happen. Oh well, nothing to do but carry on. Though the attrition is not helping either. The attrition is not helping either.
You have my hospitality and my ear. You have our... Approach then, and let us negotiate.
Few declarations of friendship here and there, never hurts, I guess. Stratcliffe, though, is being absolutely beaten city by Westerners.
I will listen to your proposition. A satisfactory.
Yeah, things are looking kinda rough, kinda rough.
For the glory of the Gales.
No.
Worst case now, I'm going to have to dismantle some buildings and whatnot to lower the food, because this is not something I think is sustainable. If troops, obviously, it is definitely quite bad. Damn Englishmen, ruining it for everybody else. Yep.
You can count on us.
None shall stand against us. Our bravery is legendary.
There we go.
For the Morrigan!
Our bravery is legendary.
The garrison here is not the best, but I suppose with
We
the
will not fail
elements of
you.
this army I might have a chance, but still this is not good. Now we're getting closer to slowly turning around, but still this is really rough.
For the glory of the Gales.
Anyways, end the turn. Let's see where this goes. Yeah, they're besieging it. So that'll have to be a counterattack with a weakened army to try and stop that. Of course, I'll be reinforced by the garrison, but this is gonna be pretty dicey, I think. Pretty dicey, depending especially on what they actually got in that army. I mean, we're lucky it's just mostly levies.
The men are eager to execute it.
But that's about it.
None shall stand against us. Forward we go. Move up to position. Into battle.
Hopefully when able to support that.
The men are eager to
Nothing to do but hope. Sadly they didn't add
Good and
a
ready.
long march option here in Thrones of Britannia. And the turn, let's see where this goes. And apparently they are in war with our friend there, but apparently we're not drawn into the war, I guess, for some reason. Curious. I can't afford to be drawn into another one anyway, so guess that works out. Alright. They do have some high quality troops, but some of them are beaten up, so it's mostly levies. I guess we stand a chance, particularly since we are defending. Do this. Spearmen, chaps. And close. They also have a lot of cavalry. You must defeat the Englishmen. Crush them utterly. Leave no survivors. Alright, so they're all the way over there. Our reinforcing army will be arriving from somewhere close as well, which is jolly good.
Enemies beware!
At least we got the governor here to support with some cavalry.
Levyman! Swordsman! Levyman! Levyman! Spearmen!
Alright.
Protect our town!
Full siege towers. CX warriors, long axemen, and thanes and things spearsmen.
Have arrived.
Come. The problem's going to be getting the reinforcements in time. That's the big challenge here. The cavalry is what we're most likely, I think, to get there on time. The rest, yeah. I'll just get a stall. And if we can sort of beat the invading troops there, we might have a chance.
Levyman! It is settled. Understood.
Alban spearmen. We even got a sword band here. That'll be interesting, since they're not heavily armoured. On the other hand, the thanes are. And they got bigger shields too, the pricks. Well, I think we'll wait until they're sort of committed most of their troops. Except, of course, we've got the issue with the cavalry, which can tear my cavalry apart, even if our cavalry is, for the most part, better quality. Again, the whole attritional aspect, having to march through the mountains during winter, did not help our army. Again, we kind of had to rush in. So...
Eager to fight! Send them archers! That was too close! Enemies beware! We're in range of their missiles! Making ready! We found our foes! Spearmen! The enemy is at the walls! Levyman! It's the enemy! Hit hard! Hit hard! The enemy reveals themselves! Strike now! Break them! General!
Alright.
We sighted the enemy!
Get in there. Quickly, chaps.
We sighted the enemy!
And again, we got a lot of cavalry units. We're going to need at least to bring up some more spearmen to have a chance there. I think, oh, if I send in my Alban horsemen, there's a high look I just get murdered.
Making ready!
We should probably hit the chaps there. Oh, I forgot to get those in there.
See,
Good.
they flee before our might.
There we go. One unit stop. This is CX Warriors. That's good. Our Catherine Levy is suffering. Our Sword Band is doing pretty well. Oh dear, they're about to crack as well. Chill, Axeman. What are you doing? Don't go that way. That's not where the enemy is, you idiots.
To victory! Ready for war!
Gotta fall back.
Hurry it up! Our general has fallen!
Ah, bollocks. You idiots. Just because you had to run off. And now everything's just falling apart because someone had to run off. Absolute pillocks.
Kick your steeds! Death from above! Strike now! Incoming charge!
Oh no. Why did you have to get yourself killed, you complete sack of potatoes?
Get them! Cavalry! To battle!
And why aren't you bloody well moving harder? Come on, people.
Hit hard!
Make a bigger effort for this, please.
Warriors! Levyman! Aim! And fire! Attack! Levyman!
Yeah, the entire city's just fallen essentially because one unit ran off and then the general got killed. Probably shouldn't have committed him like that, but you know, just needed something just help pressure up. But clearly I made the wrong call there because again, someone ran off. Like a bunch of idiots.
Ready for war! Attack!
Get moving, kindly.
Eager to fight!
And you kill them faster. Before you get yourself killed, please.
Kick your steeds! Drive the horses!
The defenders of this city shall be known as a bunch of craven cowards and idiots. Bending way too quickly to the Englishmen. Bunch of useless bastards. I've seen Frenchmen that could defend better. I wouldn't surrender nearly as fast.
Ready! See! They flee before our enemies beware! Eager to fight!
Alright, line up.
Archers! Run, warriors! Levyman! The cowards are running! Hit hard! Strike now! Forward!
Right, unit count is now actually pretty equal. We'll have to see if we can turn this into something.
To battle! Drive the horses!
Apparently they can fire in arcs. Fancy that.
The men are withdrawing! Levyman! Run, warriors! All over them! Levyman!
I like how no one uses the gate. Oh, that's because yeah, it's not open. It just gets seized. Oh well.
Levyman!
This isn't going well. I think.
Javelins! Crush them! Everybody brace! Awaiting orders!
Come on, try harder. You're Axemen. Damn it. Apparently the spearmen just all cluster over towards the eastern towers instead of going for the western one where they're supposed to go, for Christ's sake.
Them into the mud. Levy men. Roll over them. Enemy charge. Brace.
Okay, we're still reasonably close, but the problem is we need to be not close. In fact, we need to be ahead of them in this department.
Archers! Levyman!
Ah, Jesus.
Levyman!
Fight harder, you cowards!
Yourself scarce.
Brace for a charge!
Levy men.
Come on, you got axes, use them, swing them at their heads. You're supposed to be better at combat, you pillocks.
Levyman!
Charge them.
Awaiting.
What do you invest for if you're just gonna bloody throw like wet paper napkins?
Charge.
Fight harder. Damn you.
They flee before our might.
There we go, that's one running.
Levyman!
But we need more. So just sod off.
Levyman! Aye, 'tis so. Look to our defences!
Everybody brace.
The enemy's feeling the Levyman! Hit hard!
Alright.
Get back east, you understand?
If you can just get the cavalry in there and just seize the gates, which is what I'm sending in the archers for, as long as they don't do anything utterly numbskulled,
Levyman! Victory!
like deciding they need to be part of the melee, we might still have a chance to pull through.
To battle! Incoming charge! Set for war!
Alright, slowly seizing it back. Problem is we're losing this, which is going to be a bit of a morale loss, but
Charge.
again, had the defenders done their job, we wouldn't be in this situation. Again, they didn't. They did not.
Set for war!
Come on. Seize the gates faster! Faster! Damn you!
Archers! Pound the earth! Ready!
You won't win this time. Horseman.
We've lost a victory point!
Kick your steeds.
We have captured the gates!
Victory.
Get in fast!
Horseman.
General!
Horseman. Strike now.
Attack!
Hit hard!
Crush the wankers!
Eager to fight! Run, warriors! Ready for war! Pound the earth!
There we go.
Annihilate them.
Attack!
Alright, there we go, there we go. Finally some sort of
Battle
victory.
awaits us!
Except now we're getting hit there. And apparently all of our spearmen ran off because they're a bunch of useless cowards.
Victory!
Ah.
Set for war! Yours to command!
At least seems like the troops here are also a bunch of craven cowards.
Levyman!
Finally.
The men are withdrawing! To battle! Levyman! Circenn!
The men have abandoned the battle and will not return.
Charge! Levyman! Get them! Aim! Circenn! Cheer!
Let's try and not get us king killed further at least. There we go.
Get a fight! Annihilate them!
Alright, we're somehow winning this despite everything. But the casualties are immense.
To battle!
The insults thrown at my men were also immense, but they deserved it. They deserve me. Trust me, they're a bunch of useless wankers. Every single one of them.
Horseman, hit hard.
Especially the defenders. Especially the defenders.
Strike now!
And the spearmen.
The enemy is about to capture the fort.
Ah, Christ! Come on!
Horseman, strike now.
Still gonna end up losing, aren't we?
All hope is lost.
Well, as long as we don't lose the main army, despite doing anyways, you should have had the advantage. How useless can you be, you blundering idiot? And apparently our king died as well in the process. Amazing. Amazing.
He'll be there and gone before you know it. So,
Well, this just keeps getting worse, doesn't it? Oh, apparently he's still alive. He's apparently still alive. Thank the heavens. We can do some research. Guess we're going to aim for some better spearmen as soon as possible. Our army, though, is completely knackered.
no.
That's because we're being raided and they don't have much options there. Gonna add some black blades. Maybe that'll somehow swing things around in a future battle.
The men are eager to get to it. Right then. All right.
Oh, this is getting quite expensive and unpleasant. Plus, we lost the governor. We don't really have any sort of good replacements for him either. Guess we'll take that.
The men are eager to get to it.
End the turn. But Jesus, that was a useless garrison. In particular, useless fighter there. I mean, again, cavalry versus infantry, even though long axes, he should have the advantage. But now somehow he managed to mess that up. Plus, you know, he just retreated when he shouldn't have. Or just began moving on its own. That really did not do me any sort of sizable favours. And now they're retreating, the little pricks, aren't they? And somehow they're just building a massive army of out of nowhere. That's really annoying.
My warriors are on
And this is gonna take forever to rebuild. Forever!
Our bravery is legendary.
Considering the performance of the garrison, no, I'd say your bravery is not legendary. Quite the opposite.
Count on us.
Your cowardice and ineptitude is. On the other hand, my general's bodyguard is now rank 6. That's kinda good. Certainly shows been fighting pretty hard, but that's about it. Prom's going to be rebuilding all of this while suffering a lot of other issues, including war fervor, which only makes it harder. And we still got this massive army running about.
War is what we do best.
This is not going to be an easy playthrough at all.
Not an option.
At least it seems like Northlear is falling back for now, but even I need to capture this, probably pressure around here, and I don't know what else then.
Our every foe shall fall.
At least we got this, which helps with the food and
War
somewhat
is what we
fights
do
the
best.
massive attritional issues, but that's about it. Oh god. Barely earning anything, and we just... Well, we're afloat with food, but that's about it. I think we'll try and see if we can't make peace with Orkney, because they're definitely the least practical enemy to fight right now.
What new trickery is this?
As for some payments.
May I not live?
Shouldn't hurt our legitimacy.
None shall stand against us.
Gives us one less issue in the north. Allows us to focus on North Lear, which I'd probably describe as the bigger issue right now.
For the glory of the game.
Gives us a bit of extra money to just throw into our coffers, which is pretty good.
Our bravery is
So
legendary.
that's about it for now. That's about it for now. I'm not giving up, but that garrison completely chickening out. They really left me in a bad spot. That and the geography of our realm is making it pretty difficult to fight on two fronts easily, so we lost one ally there.
None shall stand against us. Into battle.
So we can't seize that from them.
For the Morrigan.
Gotta slightly improve our own economy here.
Glory of the Gales.
That doesn't help either. And we hit that, then we sort of push for south and try and deal with them there. And apparently these chaps are the Galgolide. Taking care of our other small ally there, leaving us with very little around there. And I'm not really liking what Sudraya is up to there, to be honest. Which could very well be another front up north.
The men are eager to get to it. Right then.
Right. That's one area claimed, and at least some resources back there under our command, which is good.
My
I've just got to
warriors
take
are
that.
unparalleled.
Of course, be
Simply
back to the
can't be
supply
done.
issue, which is not good. So there's no way of checking where sort of getting your supplies from. It kind of makes it a bit tricky to sort of deal with if you actually got supply issues. I mean, you could in theory just upgrade this further. Would of course give us a even bigger unit replenishment modifier, which is
We
nice.
are eager for glory.
The men are eager to get to it. Heading for glory.
The other option
You
would be
can
at least
count on us.
merging some of these chaps. Will also help with the food situation. The upkeep situation might help us resolve the supply situation. Not that's necessarily my favorite method here, but
War is what we do best.
it gives us a slightly, shall I say, more tighter
That's
force
just not an option.
for now. In case North Leo returns. And again, frees up more money to sort of, improve other things with. But again, I'm not liking what those bastards are up to then, my rear territories. I am not liking it one bit.
Every foe
There we
shall
go.
fall.
Supplies slowly being sorted out.
Get them now. Yes. All right.
There we go. Back under control. Economy is looking better now again. Economy is starting to look better. So that's something. Even then, it's still on the, I think, the rough end of the scale here. But at least now we're not looking as completely buggered as we used to. Oh, things are still pretty rough.
Our bravery is legendary.
And we still have a bit of a climb to make here. I'm going to drop the skirmishes. I've sadly not had much luck with them. And instead we had some more levies there. Probably sneak in a sword band. Boom. And so we go for that. Anyways, end turn. Less levies, slightly more retinue units, which should help out the force in some ways, I guess. I'm still not liking what these fellows are up to. They are really making me nervous. And could well will force me into appeasement North Leah to have to deal with that. Yeah.
None shall stand against us.
It would be a kind of neat upgrade, but does have its weaknesses, and apparently Starklut is now giving North Leah some headaches, so is Northumbria. So I guess North Leah is starting to look less like an issue, which is nice.
Move it now. Glory of the Gales.
Black Blades. Guess we end the turn here and see what happens next. But I think the priority is going to be to somehow try and build me again after that nasty series of engagements. At least we got food and arcane and that way a larger army, but we also need the money to do so we can actually afford to fight a two-front war, since I kind of get the feeling that's going to be a sort of biggest repeating issue. And there you go, North Leah is actually gone.
My warriors are unparalleled.
So there you go. There you go. Alright, financially, what will give us some nice boosts? Here's our priority here.
eager to get to it.
End turn. And slightly ponder our next move. I mean, we're obviously going to have to go to war with someone, I think. Once we've slightly improved our army. The question, of course, is which of our neighbours. I mean, again, oh well, Sudai seems to be heading off on their own, so maybe not those chaps. Maybe Westerners? Then again, we can't easily get to them. There's certainly a few directions we could take this in. Certainly. One immediate choice could be take on
We will talk now.
Galagaloid. Push away through them. Seize their territories. They're sort of exposed like that. Would make, I think, a decent target. I think our forces should be reasonably able to deal with them, particularly with these black blades and sword bands. Particularly the black blades are looking pretty tough. So are the sword bands. So that would probably be my sort of immediate thought there, switching way to push this war. So I think we'll be stopping here, but thank you for joining in for today's episode, which included a bit more swearing and being annoyed for my units than usual, and certainly a rather close battle, but ultimately a loss here, as we finally though sort out the initial two wars somehow, slightly through some diplomacy and some luck, and set ourselves up for another back war, which hopefully we will actually win this time around, thusly expanding our territories and hopefully, you know, getting ourselves a stronger economy, which I think is going to be really necessary to get anywhere long term. So thank you for joining in. Hope you enjoyed this episode. You know, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial Dean signing off. I'll be back in another 2 days time with another video here with the Scots. Cheers everybody.